Hello and welcome to day 13 of the Black Knight Inspiration Challenge. So today is about holding center. It's really important, for your trunk, to be in your trunk as a man. I talked about how do you stay in your center in the world, with the collective unconscious and your own unconscious. And then we looked at relationships of the different stages. So today it's specific about masculine and feminine energies and how you hold center in those masculine and feminine energies. So it's really vital, for me in my life, how I've, held center, learned to hold center within a relationship with a partner, and when I didn't, and what happened when I didn't hold center. So I'll talk about that and give you really good technique in how to do that. So first of all, to say thank you very much for the feedback. Several people have said the conversation on the relationships session allowed them to talk to other family members about it and gave them a structure. The stages of relationship gave them a structure to be able to talk to other family members. I think that's amazing. I never thought about that. That would happen from the 21 days. That's great. That's really great to hear. So thank you for that. Thank you for the feedback. It's great to see the emails coming through on that. So as I said, today is about holding center. It's incredibly vital for your energy as a man, and I did say in the sales page for this 21 day, it was about saving time, money and energy. And, if you can't hold center in your relationship with the feminine, with the woman, that's where you lose it's stressful, it's time, it's energy, the whole world falls apart. For me as a man, it did. I totally went out of my center. I totally did things. I lost myself. I didn't hold the energy, that masculine energy. And I didn't understand. What it was to be a man. So we've done, I have what it takes to be a man. But this here is when you understand what it takes to be a man, is how to hold the center energy. And what does that mean? What does that even mean to do? And again, it's something we're not told. We're not told as men or women. What the different energies are. So these are masculine and feminine energies. They can exist in men and women. So it's not about the sexes. It's just about these two energies that exist within us. So they're best described really as, when we look at the East, they describe them as Shiva and Shakti. And Shiva is the masculine god. And Shiva is about conscious presence. It's holding a point of presence, like a tree, holding that point of presence. The tree is moving around. It's just there. It's really, in the moment, present there. Shakti is the embodiment of the feminine goddess that represents the dance, creativity, the dance. It's like the weather. So if you take the two together, if you take Shakti being like the tree Shiva being the god, masculine god like the tree, and Shakti being the weather, doing the dance of the weather around the tree. It is natural. It's just nature. And it's in balance. So, it's not about being too rigid. The tree actually moves. If you look at a tree, you'll see the branches moving. So the tree does move. And then the weather has that fluidity, but the weather can be fluid around a masculine presence. So the masculine, would say to the weather, okay, that's fine. We've got spring, then we move to summer. There are points of presence within the overall weather. It's not just all weather. Yeah, there is an actual order within the fluidity. So that's really important. So it's like a dynamic equilibrium. It's not when you're masculine, you're not rigid. It's more of a dynamic equilibrium that moves, and the feminine can dance more and be more creative when they understand and when they know the masculine is holding that point of presence for them. Yeah, then the masculine gets the benefit of all that creativity and movement and weather. So it's not just this point of presence that is kind of flat and boring. It gets to move with the weather, like the trees have the branches and they move. There's a lot more happening. It's a lot more of a richer experience for both energies if they move and understand they both have different imprints. So, but they are polarities. So the masculine presence and the feminine fluidity are polarities. What can happen in relationships is they move out of those polarities. So maybe the masculine moves more feminine, and the feminine moves more masculine. So maybe the masculine does more. I think that's what happened in the 70s and 80s. We went into our feelings. We moved more feminine, more. Now that's fine. We have to feel, but we still have to feel as that masculine presence. It doesn't mean we lose ourselves in the weather and don't understand. We just lost ourselves in all those feelings. Feel, but feel as that point of consciousness. The feminine again can move more masculine and so end up with the suit and in the office and lose the femininity, lose the dance and the creativity. So we can lose those polarities and move in. And what happens is the energy, like magnetic poles, the attraction gets lost in the middle. We become not ourselves. We become not those masculine, feminine energies. We move feminine. The feminine moves masculine, and we can feel lost. So if you feel everything is amazing. And the relationship is amazing, that's okay. But when you feel lost and you feel the energy's gone out of it, it's dead zone. You've moved feminine, the feminine has moved masculine, it's dead zone. Yeah. So it's very important to hold those energies, hold the point of consciousness as the masculine. Yeah. But it's dynamic equilibrium. Same with the feminine. The feminine understands the dance and the fluidity and the creativity around the masculine. So what I wanted to share with you was an amazing technique this morning called the eagle breath, which allows the masculine to hold that center. Now, I learned it in South America from a shaman, and they understand the energies and what needs to be done within that energetic way of living. So the eagle breath is, we're going to breathe into the Hara to start with. Okay, so you breathe down into your belly, as I said, just behind your navel. You breathe into your Hara. Okay, and then on the in-breath, we're going to breathe up and move our head over on the in-breath, right shoulder, left shoulder. Move your head back over your shoulders and then do an out-breath. Now, it seems like a long in-breath, okay? It seems like a long in-breath, but actually you get used to it as you practice it. So in your Hara, you breathe in, still breathing in, over your right shoulder, over your left shoulder. Move your chin just back over your shoulders and then breathe out. And you can feel as you breathe in into your Hara, up, there's a kind of a release into your center that happens once you've done the in-breath into your Hara, over your right shoulder, over your left shoulder. Move your head back over, that's the eagle, over your shoulders. And then on the out-breath, you relax into your center. It's really powerful, really amazing. And you can do this at any time during the day, anytime, or if you have a presentation or a big meeting or whatever, a big phone call or something you have to do is really important. You can just get a little bit of space, bit of space, and just do this breath. And you come back into center, you come back into your trunk. This is the practice. We can have all the theory, but this is the practice. Understanding that this point of consciousness is the masculine presence. And then how do we do it? How do we action that in our lives? This is the technique. This is the technique. Bring you back into center when it's all the storm and you feel God and get lost in the storm, which is, as I said, which is what I did in my life. I get lost in the whole storm, couldn't find back to my center, back to that point in the middle of the storm, the point of consciousness. And I spent loads of time, energy, money, stress in that storm, when if I knew the techniques, I could come back. If I knew where I needed to be back in my center, in my trunk. It's incredible. It's incredible. So that's the practice for today. Get a chance to practice it as much as you can. Tell me how you're getting on. Really loving the emails and the feedback to see how you're getting on through. And I will see you tomorrow for day 14. We're 2/3 of the way through tomorrow. Incredible, really incredible. See you tomorrow.